Okay, I wanted to talk about my new build. I made a video yesterday. I completed it a little bit. It's much more fun now. Let me show you. So basically the idea is doing a Seer of Shard, which gives you 4 additional projectile and every projectile cast in basically a nova all around you. So initially you have 1 from the skill and you have 4 extra, you have 5. Then I do a cast while channeling with Winter Orb. I link a fireball to it. Winter Orb is my cold damage, fireball is my fire damage, Ball Lightning is my lightning damage, and then increase crit. So since it's a crit build, you get this hood, which everybody gets it. It gives you crit damage, it gives you the dex that you don't have, it gives you life, is very good. Lore Wave is also very good since it gives you everything, the crit, the life, the mana, everything that you need. So one key item that I think is really needed is this ring, break ring, which is very cheap, like 5C, I think I bought it. So the first, the lightning damage to spells applies to all three of us, all three of our spells. So we get like 3 times the benefit. Uh, and the 1% leech as life makes you sustain. So since the thing is, every we hit so many times and we do a lot of elemental damage and it makes you sustain, especially on the bosses. But the most important thing is 1% leech as mana. And since we are a crit build, we always shock and freeze enemies. So that's the good thing. So you always get these two 1%. And especially if you're clearing the map, you're hitting so many things, you always have this up. So, and I'm going 5 Herald. So if you look, I have all the 5 heralds. I have barely any mana left. And if I don't have this 1% mana leech, I cannot cast. Let me just go back to Winter Orb. I cannot sustain casting this. Like after a while, I run out. Wait, I have to put this back. So look, I have 41 mana, and you run out very fast, and then you cannot cast anymore. But with 1%, as soon as you hit something, you can sustain it. I will show you how. And if you go to my tree, so basically I'm a witch. I went to Master of Discord to be able to do 5 Herald. Basically, it makes my Herald stronger and it makes them to basically reserve less mana. Uh, and then I wanted to go this route to always shock, but the problem with getting the beacon is this Shaper of Desolation. It makes you that all of your attacks for 4 seconds to chill, and then all of them for 4 seconds to ignite, and then all of them for 4 seconds to shock, which is not what I want. I want to constantly have everything at the same time. So I decided to go this route, and it makes it more even meme. It's even more fun. So basically, it gives me when I get these two Elementalist, I can have 3 golems basically, and the elemental golems they are immune to basic elemental damage, so they stay up much longer. You don't need to support them with life or anything. Sometimes they die, but most of the time they are up. And because I have 3 of them, it gives me 80% more damage, and uh, I get the buff for the crit and the cast speed from and the extra damage from Flame Golem, crit from Ice Golem, and then from Lightning Golem I get the extra cast speed, which all of them are really good. And then when I get here, this is a little bit more defense. The golems do more damage, but the damage of the golem is not that important. What's important that it gives me more defense. I cannot be frozen, chilled, or burned or shocked, which is very nice. So I think this is the better path to go. So there's only one more. There's one ring that I wanted to take, which I let me just put the ring, which is very expensive. Whenever I have the money for it, I would take it, but I think it would make the whole thing much better. So if you look, because of 20% increased damage with hits and alignment per freeze, shock, and ignite. Since we're doing a lot of shock and ignite and everything, like we do all of the alignments basically. And if you have multiple targets, you have so many of them. It gives you so much, uh, basically so much extra damage. But it's very expensive. I cannot afford it right now. So that's for later. This and okay. Also, the glove is it's not that important, but I got it to just see how it feels. So I constantly get power and frenzy and endurance charges. You can have anything you want. That's not something you need. This is also not something you need. I got it for crit and elemental resistance, but you can have a normal, uh, basically a normal belt or even a belt with the abyss socket. All the abyss socket that give extra damage to a spell is all they're also very good because it basically gives you extra damage to three of your spells and each three of them have like five projectiles, so it gives you a lot of extra DPS. So the idea is basically uh, is Elementalist. I went for life. I went for crit. This is I went for crit here, for crit here. These are mostly crit and crit. I wanted to take this part, but I don't think that's needed. I might take it later. It doesn't give me much. I tried it and it didn't work that well. I have the life node. You can go ES node if you want, but what I recommend is the staff node that gives you a lot of defense, and the staff node here that also gives you a lot of defense and also gives you crit. So it's mainly life-based crit that does all three elemental damage. So let me show you how it is. Let me show you in Delve actually. It would be more fun. View. Let's say I want to do. I'm level 70, so I'm going to do something a little bit higher than my level to just show how much if how good the DPS is. Against bosses in white maps is very good, but that doesn't mean much. I think I should be fine with on yellow maps, but I don't know how good it is on red map. I haven't tried it. I need like another 10 levels, but let's see. Right now I don't even have my golems out. This is without the golems. I don't get the golems out in the delve because they die. They fall behind and they die to the darkness. But in the maps usually they don't die. This is so good. So you see, I'm constant. I always have mana, and I'm constantly leeching. All you need is to just keep channeling your skill. I'm not pressing anything. I'm not using the flash. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting there and like channeling this thing. It's very it's surprisingly good so far. Like I think for clearing maps and for map farming, this should be a fantastic build, especially up to yellow maps. But I don't know how it works in the red map. Like I'll let you know when I get to level 80, 90. I would do another video. All right, thanks guys.